Hello everyone and welcome to the Go Get 5 Elevate event for October. Can you believe that this is the last quarter of 2016? Now in the MLM industry that we're a part of, this is the biggest time of year for growing your business. And so I want you to take full advantage of this time of year to elevate your business to a whole new level. Now I want to talk about elevation because if you're going to be successful, you really have to elevate above life's challenges because you've got to be able to see beyond where you are today to where you're going. Don't let life get you in a place of complacency where you fall into the trap of living like everyone else lives, just barely getting by, living one day after another. You've got to get focused to go to a new place. You see, I've always taught that where you start in Trévo to where you're going to the extraordinary lifestyle, that there's a road in between. It's called the road of struggle and the road of transformation. Now, no one really likes to talk about these things. They just want to talk about all the great things about making money and the success that you can create in Trévo. But the reality is, it's a process. You see, in life, in our Trévo business, we're on a journey where there's really no destination. I think a lot of people, they live an unfulfilled life because they're always working towards the next thing, because they think the next thing will make them happy. But things will never make you happy because you were created to always go further, go higher. And so in this life, in your business and in your life in general, there are going to be times when you're going to have celebration, times when you're going to be able to reward yourself, but the journey is never going to end until you die. Did you know that until you take your last breath, God has something for you to do to impact the world in which you live? I get the question all the time, why do so many people fail in Trévo or give up and quit? It's really because they really don't get the keys to success really in their life and in their Trévo business. We're here today, but it's not where we're going to stay. We're moving to another place. We're constantly growing. And so what you've got to realize are the decisions that you make right now. They're going to empower your future or they're going to cause your future to be a failure. The Bible says, I set before you life and death. And I believe in life, we make decisions that take our life to a life of abundance, or we take our life to a place of lack. You see, the road to success, it's narrow. The road to failure is broad. The narrow path to be successful, to live extraordinary, requires commitment. It requires focus. It requires you saying no to things that are not productive in your life, that distract you and get you off course. The narrow road is going to help you to be able to live an extraordinary life. Think about this. Living a life of joy, of peace, of satisfaction, of prosperity, of well-being, and being in a place of power where you can leave a legacy in your life. I think that's the most important thing for me, for sure, is knowing that every day when I get up, I'm excited because I know that the actions I'm taking is impacting the world in which I live. Every day, I get emails, I get text, I get instant messaging from people all around the globe, literally, because Trévo is now operating in over 32 countries. And when I read that text or that instant message or that WhatsApp, it brings joy to my life. People saying, thank you so much for bringing Trévo to our country. People who have not been well and lived a life of energy are now living a well life. People who didn't know how they were ever going to get beyond living paycheck to paycheck are now living a life of freedom. That's what this business is about. if you're only focused on yourself and what you can make and what you can get, you're not the kind of person that we are looking for in Trévo. We're looking for people that love people, that want to give to people. See, it's easy to go on the broad road, because on the broad road you live ordinary. You're average. You don't really have any major challenges. No one is pushing you. You just get to float along. I always use an example of a tin can in the road. People on the broad road are like the tin can, and they just let life kick them down the street, and they let their life go wherever it kicks them. But let me tell you something. When they come to the end of their life, they have a lot of pain and they have a lot of regret, because they were created for more. In this journey on this road, we're developing ourselves. It's not just about developing your business. You've got to develop yourself. You've got to read books. You've got to listen to audios. You have to get around people that inspire you, that challenge you. See, people that are weak, they surround themselves with people that are below them so they feel more powerful. A leader, someone that is going to be extraordinary, surrounds themselves with people that are better than they are, so it challenges them to grow and get better. I want to challenge you to do whatever it takes to fill your mind, to fill your spirit with an attitude of winning, with a vision of purpose, seeing yourself living extraordinary. Do you know, in times I go through a process of developing myself where I go to bed with headphones on my head and I'm listening to things that are reminding me that God created me for greatness, that I have purpose in my life, that my life is empowered to empower others. But see, power without strategy is dangerous, meaning that you've got to have a plan. You've got to work the plan. Trévo provides a strategy of exactly what you need to do. Strategy with power is explosive. Now let me explain this to you. There are a lot of people that join Trévo and they use the strategy. They go through the steps, but they don't have any power. They don't develop themselves where people are attracted to them. See, when you develop yourself, your posture changes. The way you speak changes. You begin to give off an energy that begins to draw people to you. That's what on this road of struggle and transformation, it's where you develop that. So if you're in a place where you feel like you've lost things in your life, I want to tell you something. I've lost a lot in my life. But what I discovered is everything that I've lost, I didn't need. And many times those losses empowered my life to go to a place that I had never been before. In this business, on this road, focus is going to help you create purpose. And purpose is going to help you create passion, that burning desire. When I wake up in the morning, I'm excited because I know I have another day to make a difference in the world in which I live. That's what this Trévo platform gives all of us. If you're not plugged in, empowering your life, being prepared to go out every day to impact people, you're not going to experience it. But when you take the time to educate yourself, to go against the negative thoughts that come in your mind by replacing them with things of power, your life will begin to change. Now here's the reality that we live in. I don't like people that manipulate. I don't like hype. I'm transparent. I'm just a real person. And I could talk to you about how great everything is, but the reality is many people are going through tough times right now. It's been hard. The economy, setbacks, challenges. Sometimes just when you join Trévo, starting your business and getting it going where you see results, it's hard because you've got to work while you're waiting. Holly and I have some friends that live in another state that are going through a really, really tough time. And we've told them, you can't sit and wait for your circumstances to change. You've got to keep moving forward, doing everything you know to do. And then eventually, your circumstances will change. But there are too many people in this world that are sitting around praying and waiting for some miracle to happen. You're the miracle your life needs. God's given you everything you need to be able to live an extraordinary life. See, you are a leader in the making. If you're here as a guest at this event, you're a leader in the making. Join the Trévo platform and get involved in transforming your life. And here's a warning I want to give all the leaders. When you're going through challenges, I go through challenges all the time. When you're the CEO and you own a company that operates in 32 countries, there's not a day that I get up that I'm not faced with a challenge. Sometimes they start at 3:30 in the morning. Sometimes they come at midnight. But here's the thing, people notice how you handle yourself. See, if you whine and you complain and you talk negative, you have a bad attitude, your posture's down, your energy's down, people are going to notice. Your team is going to notice. People that you're trying to talk to about the business is going to notice. So you can't afford to get in that position. How do you stay out of that position? By feeding yourself the information that is going to keep your mind in the right place. Why do I listen to things going to bed? Because I've got to keep my mind focused on where I'm going, not where I may be that particular day. See, this is when a leader shows true power. How can you show power if you don't go through challenges, though? See, people are looking for this perfect life. They're working towards where they don't have any more problems. If you want to be a great leader in Trévo, get ready. If you think the problems you have and challenges you have today are big, the higher you go, the bigger the challenges get. But if you develop yourself, you can handle them because you're prepared. See, this is part of the journey of life, journey of your Trévo business. Because in your Trévo business, people are going to tell you no, people are going to disappoint you, people aren't going to do what they tell you they're going to do. It's a cycle of the business, it's a cycle of life. If you opened a retail business, would you expect that every customer that ever came into your store would stay with you forever? Of course you wouldn't. But in our business, when people have team members that leave, they think the world has come to an end. I may be talking in your particular event to 500, 1,000 people, maybe 100 people, I don't know. But I want to tell you something. If I was in that room and every one of you were on my team, and you got up and you walked out and you quit, I wouldn't be discouraged. Why? Because I'm the greatest asset to my business. You're the greatest asset to your business. See, your people, they're not your source. There are millions and millions of people all around the world. You can always go and find new people. So keep yourself in a posture of power. Stop looking for someone else to save you when God has given you everything you need on the inside of yourself to solve any challenge that you have. That's the power of what Trévo is about. Now understand, because a lot of people will think, well, you must think a lot of yourself. Well, I do think a lot of myself. I've invested a lot in myself, and I know whose I am, and I know what I was created to be. I give God all of the glory for the great things He's done in my life, in our business. But here's what I learned a long time ago. I have to join my efforts with God's power working in my life in order to achieve blessing and extraordinary living. I call it putting His super with my natural, which delivers supernatural results in my life. that's what you need to do. You need to trust that God is going to get you to where you need to be if you're willing to get on the path and stay on the path. You've got to be willing to fight. There are some times when I want to stay in bed and pull the covers over my head and not get up. But I have someone in my life, my beautiful wife, Holly. She'll let me lay there for a few minutes and then she says, get up. You know that you were created for purpose. Let's get going. See, when you develop that, people are going to follow you because you're going to inspire them by the life that you live. See, what you do, what you say, what you project, your vision, your purpose, your clarity, this is the key to ultimate success in Trévo. You've got to dig down deep inside of the core of your being because everything you will ever need for success is right there. And so I want you to know that this is your time. Don't worry about your country's economy. We're not a part of that at Trévo. We have an extraordinary economy. We have more than enough. There's no lack in Trévo. What are you waiting for? Do you realize that we have individuals that make up to $100,000 a month and they buy 6 bottles of product every month? It doesn't take a lot of money to build a Trévo business. Stop making excuses because everyone, if they're focused, if they're committed, money is never the object. When people tell me people can't afford this or people can't spend money, I always remind them, let me come to your house and let me look at some of your possessions that you have purchased. Because when you want something bad enough, you find a way to get it. But most of the things people are spending their money on just fall apart, wear out, and don't invest in their future. But in Trévo, you're investing in your future. And here's what you've got to find in this business, is people that are sick and tired of being sick and tired of the mess their life is in. Not having what they truly have in their heart being a reality on the outside of their life. See, it's time for people to decide, commit, and focus. You have to live on purpose with a burning passion for extraordinary. See, I'm not settling for great. I only want extraordinary. And I only want extraordinary for you. Because that's what you were created for. If no one's ever told you that you were great, I'm here today to tell you you're great. So never stop, never look back, because nothing in your past can keep you from your future. I don't care how many times you've failed. I don't care how many mistakes you've made. Today's a new day for all of us to go to another place. But the key is you've got to just keep moving. In the hardest times of my life, the thing that brought me out was I just got up every day and kept doing the things that I knew I needed to do. Now you may ask, well, Mark, that sounds good, but for how long do I have to do it? Well, you have to do it until you reach extraordinary. Until you're living the life you were created to live. That's what you've got to do. For some, it may be a short period of time. For others, it may be longer. Just don't give up. Keep going. Because Trévo is the platform. So what I want to challenge you to do today is go out and make it happen. You know, Holly and I, we love and we appreciate you all so much. We have one of the most amazing corporate teams that work so hard for you to develop systems, promotions, support, so that your business runs smooth. But you, every life and health coach, you are the fire in this company. Without you, we will never reach that billion-dollar brand. But with you, we can go beyond that. We love you. We're praying for you. Always remember your best days are yet ahead of you. And you may not have anyone else in the world that believes in you, but I can tell you with all my heart, I believe in you, and I know you were created for greatness. Thank you so much, and God bless you.